Hello people, the following explanation is from Suresh Madusanka. Just keep watching the video to know more about him. Do you think that there is a force-carrying particle for the gravitational force which requires to explain the quantum gravity? And if you think that the mass of objects makes the curvature of space as an interaction of a dimension, can you explain the reason for that process? Just imagine the process of gravity as a cyclic force in an elementary particle that occurs with an oscillation of that elementary particle. There is an oscillation in neutrinos that cause changing the flavor of neutrinos from electron neutrino to muon neutrino, and then muon neutrino to tau neutrino. If everything in the universe emits neutrinos, then neutrinos can become a candidate for the gravitational force as a cyclic partial force. The mass of objects like the Earth, stars, black holes makes the gravitational force. And interactions between those objects make gravitational waves too. Merging black holes and merging neutron stars make gravitational waves on the curvature of space around those objects while moving. Albert Einstein was right about the curvature of space that can interact and make waves in space, but if that curvature is a result of a quantum force that can increase the density of space, then that gravitational wave is a space wave that originates on the quantum gravitational force. And if the elementary particles like neutrinos generate the gravitational force, then neutrinos can make a counter-gravity on each object after going through that object, and that process can hold the objects in space at the same place for a long time. If neutrinos can eat the space, then that can happen. And according to that possibility, black holes should emit those elementary particles to make the gravitational force, and those elementary particles can come out from black holes making the gravity, and if some neutrinos are invisible, then it is difficult to calculate the quantum impact of that force. That possibility can help us to explain the bouncing nature of the universe, and that can change the theory about the Big Bang too. If neutrinos have a 0.5 spin as 0.5 plus 0.5 between three standard dimensions, then it can take only one 0.5 for a spin, and then the other plus 0.5 should try to be stable, making dimensions like plus 1 minus 0.5, and again it can become unstable because it has created another unstable minus 0.5 dimension too. So it should try to be stable again, making dimensions like minus 1 plus 0.5. And finally, that extra minus 1 dimension can try to annihilate the previous plus 1 dimension, making a void in space and increasing the density of space as making the gravitational force while becoming the plus 0.5 dimension again with the spin 0.5. And when neutrinos travel, neutrinos can make three types of neutrinos for each dimension, increasing the standard dimension from 1 to 3, so the nature of neutrinos is almost enough to explain the quantum process of the gravitational force. And that shows the first layer of the elementary particles called up quark, down quark, electron. Electron neutrino in the standard model should generally be based on only one main standard dimension, and generally, there is one more standard dimension in the second layer. And same like that, there are two more standard dimensions in the third layer. This is from W. Suresh Madusanka, who is the author of the book, Finding the Entanglement of Binary Mathematical Structures of the Elementary Ghosts. If you like this video, consider subscribing to the Zero Theory YouTube channel. And share this video as much as possible. Thank you for watching the video.